Okay, this is saying something considering we are next to a next-gen Formula One car. However, I don't think I have ever seen a rear end quite like that. It's absolutely incredible. This is an example of what's possible when there's no rules. It's just, we can do what we want and make the fastest thing we possibly can. Actually, on that note, I mean, this might sound crazy, but I don't know who's going to be able to drive this thing. Probably the two gents who were stood over there earlier. If your name's Vettel or Stroll, maybe you're in with a good chance, but this thing is designed to be as fast as an LMP1 category endurance racing car. And when you see the aero, I mean, it's just absurd. Look at it. What a machine.
The test drivers have been relatively scared, to their own words, after testing this car. So it's
that serious.
I can tell you this moves.
I'm actually a bit lost for words. I mean, it's not like a, dare I say it, standard Valkyrie looks tame in any way, but you can actually buy one of those and take it as a, quote, track day car. You could effectively think of it as track only, de-restricted, no rules Valkyrie. In terms of capability, I'm told it's benchmarked around an LMP1 car, which is absolutely berserk. The Michelin tyres, I'm told, in order to get the true performance and maximize the downforce of the car, they have to use what's known as a confidential tyre, which is reserved for FIA regulated high downforce sports such as Le Mans, Formula One, etc. Even if you could buy one of these, I don't know what sort of driver you need to be in order to actually get the most out of it. Also, this is a non-hybrid car, so it's a true naturally aspirated high revving V12, 11,000 RPM, with no regulations that need to be applied to a road going car, which means they've basically said you have free reign to design the fastest thing you possibly can. That's what it looks like. All right, so that was pretty awesome. I've been really fortunate over the years to go quite a few F1 launches, but I've never seen anything like this. Aston are just completely turning things up to 11. It really feels like they are in it to win it. New car, phenomenal. First time I've laid eyes on the new car format. Aero changes are huge. Car looks awesome. Biggest difference, aeros and these 18-inch wheels. Just look at those. It just completely transforms the way this car looks. And also as well to have the drivers here. So you've casually got Seb and Lance over there just doing their thing. Super excited. I'm sure if you're watching this, you're a big fan of Formula One. Going into this season is going to be absolutely bonkers. The difference, I can't tell you. I'm not sure if the camera's doing it justice. The sculpture of the car, you could just visualize the difference in airflow. Turns out the majority or a massive part of the aero this season is ground effect, which is effectively downforce from underneath the car. And the idea of the new airflow over the car, particularly from the rear wing, is not to create a vortices off the back of the car that will disturb the downforce of the car behind it. And the idea of that is to make closer racing. So this year, they've literally ripped up the whole rule book. I believe it's the biggest change in the last 30 years of Formula One rules and regs. So that gives you an idea of what a blank canvas this is, which means that sort of history of the top teams being at the front could be a completely different scenario this year and gives Aston a great chance in their second year of F1 to be right up there, which in itself is super exciting. So yeah, also looks bloody brilliant. Okay, also we have here the new DBX 707. This is currently the world's fastest luxury SUV, which is cool. If you want to see more of that, there's a link to our video of the first look of that car below. But the eagle-eyed of you may have noticed that there's an entirely new paint theme for Aston Martin this year, which is running through all of their cars. As you can see, the show will be taking place inside the factory. And when we say inside the factory, I mean inside the production line of where the cars are built, which is pretty awesome. Look at this. I'm not sure if you can see it behind that grid, but these are the prepped and painted body shells of Astons which are about to go into production, and they're stored on this. They almost look like toy cars in storage. So cool. All right, so anyone familiar with the Aston Martin Gaydon HQ? This is the main atrium. So they've fully dressed it as like this Aston Martin F1 branded lounge. Come and show you one of the cars which I think is probably quite appropriate, which is of course the F1 Edition Vantage. Now this was one of the first new cars that was launched under Tobias Moers. Effectively, this is what the F1 pace car is based on. Don't forget that Aston have made some serious moves since they've joined F1, in that the medical car is a DBX and the pace car is a Vantage. So to have that as part of the ongoing crew of F1 is quite incredible. All right, so this is a 4-litre twin turbocharged V8. It runs the 8-speed ZF gearbox. The power's been increased up to 503 brake horsepower to 528 brake horsepower, although oddly the torque is actually the same. It starts around about 140 grand, and this thing is all just tweaked and refined to make it a better driver's experience than your standard Vantage. What's really cool, while we're in this room, there's F1 personalities everywhere. So Lance Stroll's just walked in, Lawrence Stroll's just flown in, we've got Nico Hülkenberg here, we've got David Croft here, we've got Martin Whitmarsh here, and people just keep on pouring in, together with journalists. But there's also great food, there's drink, although let's put the emphasis on it being 0 alcohol. Okay, so this is quite cool. This is the first time I've seen this type of rig. But the gentleman holding the camera over there, that is actually a portrait orientation camera, which is live streaming to Aston's TikTok page. To me, it's just fascinating that it is a massive sign of the times, that previously there would have been a big satellite truck outside broadcasting this live to TV, and now we've got that reduced rig there broadcasting live in portrait. Okay, come and check this out. If you've ever watched any of these live streams online, this is the kind of equipment and effort that goes in behind the scenes to make shots like this happen. Now, I guess we have to remember this is a global live stream, but we thought it would be valuable for you, the audience, effectively, to understand the effort that Aston have gone into to showcase this launch online. It's like we're on the set of some Spielberg shoot. Massive congratulations to Aston Martin. Let me know what you thought of the event and this style of video. Every time we come here, we like to mix it up, and that's something that we very rarely get to share. So if you like it, let me know in the comments below. As always, thanks so much for watching. We shall see you next time. Ciao.